So this might be a pretty important one for some people because it is about, and it is also applicable to me, which is a funny thing. It is about graduation and yes, us not actually having the ceremony, us not having like just all the things around graduating from school, college, whatever it might be. And it can be a pretty huge thing for some people, and it is definitely also a huge thing for some people, and also for me. Like normally people just in Austria then do after they have graduated. There's most often, I do not want to say always because it just obviously depends on the people, but there is a trip with class and stuff and whatnot, and we might be able to do that, not in the extent that we as we wanted to do it in the first place, but I'm really happy that there is some things coming up. Like there's a small little, quote unquote, small little party with a few people because of graduation, and I am really happy about that. I am really stoked about that, and I'm so happy that these people, shout out by the way, if anybody's gonna see that, that they're doing that, because I'm really fucking grateful for that, because it kind of in the end is some sort of an end, you know. It's not like, okay, now we are finished and we're all gonna just do whatever and that's quite it. No, I like that, and I really, really, really tremendously appreciate that. So shout out once again. But this one is about, Dear Guy, help, I don't know what I want to do with my life. Welcome to Dear Guy, Ted's advice column from psychologist Guy Wrinch. Twice a month he'll answer reader questions about life, love, and what matters most. Please send them to dearguy@ted.com to read. His previous columns go here. Now there is a letter. Dear Guy, when I was a kid and people asked what I wanted to be when I grew up, I never knew what to say. My parents would always jump in and say there was no rush to figure out my life at 6-year-old. But now I'm 20. I've avoided making a decision about what I want to do in my life as long as I can, but I have to pick a major soon and choose a direction, and I'm terrified. What if I make the wrong choice or decision and make the wrong major? What if the decision I make at 20 influences the rest of my life in a horrible way? I find myself feeling jealous of people who are certain about their plans for the future. Most of my friends just seem to know what they want to do. The choice is easy for them. Meanwhile, the very tough or the very thought that I have to make this decision panics me so much I can barely think about it, which panics me even more because I don't have much time left. I really want to make the best decision for my life, but I don't know where to begin. My family tells me I should go with a gut and choose what I think will make me happiest, but I still have no idea what will make me happy. Every day I have comes with too many doubts and questions. Absolutely nothing seems to hit me as being right. This decision will have a huge impact on my life, and I can't afford to make the wrong choice. I know I'm only in college, and real life starts after. But if I'm so frozen over choosing a major, how will I ever decide what job to get when I graduate? My question is, when you decide on a professional path in life, how do you know whether you're making the right choice? How do you get over the fear that you might be making a terrible mistake? Signed, seriously anxious about my major. Editors note that this letter was edited for clarity and length. I see. Signed, seriously anxious. Well, it is a fucked up thing, but I thought that it is about something slightly different, but I still think that it is something pretty huge, because I believe that we will never know what the right decision is. Whatever life is all about, and whatever the decision is about, I don't know. I don't know. We're never going to be right, because we never know if it is going to be right. We can only just make the best decision based on what we know right now and what we've been experiencing in the past, and how things turn out in the past. And based on that, we can make just the best decision we can make. And in the end, we don't know. But I would also argue that in the end, we are not going to be like, well, I should have made this decision, should have made that decision. Because who knows? Who knows what would have happened? Who knows whether we would have actually died? Because if I've made this decision, then maybe I have gone to a certain place in Europe where I would have been killed or some shit. Like, the thing is, in the end, we will never know what's gonna happen or what would have happened. Dear Seriously Anxious, I get why you're panicked, and I get why many school graduates and college graduates are also feeling panicked. Deciding what to do with your life can be an overwhelming decision. The first time I was asked what I wanted to be when I grew up, I was 3.5 years old, and my answer was a T-Rex. My aspirations have changed since then, and it is the same for many college students. In the US, for example, roughly 30% of students switch the major at least once and 10% switch multiple times. Things don't get much more stable after graduation. In the US Bureau of Labor Statistics found that between the ages of 18 and 42, adults switch jobs on an average of 10 times or more, and that's without a pandemic causing people to reevaluate their priorities and consider their career choices. Which I think is a very good decision, because why would you do the exact same fucking shit all the fucking time? Like, I think I don't want to do that, but I will see. All of which is to say this: you're putting way too much pressure on yourself to know something you're not really supposed to know yet. Yes, your friends might think they know what they want to do, but they can't know for sure because they haven't done it yet. When I was an undergraduate, the majority of psychology majors knew they wanted to become psychologists. Guess how many psych majors got on to get a PhD in psychology? 4%. That's it. Most people hope to find work they enjoy and find meaningful, and that also fits their skill set, so they're actually good at it. Well, it is actually pretty difficult to assess those things until you get a job in a field and experience it firsthand. Many jobs can be very different once you actually do them. Yes, and school is always going to be different. I know, whether it is uni, whether it is something else, school is always motherfucking different. Sometimes in a good way and sometimes in a bad way. You know, sometimes people really do not want to be in school, but if they just do the job in firsthand, or how do you call it? In firsthand, or experiencing it firsthand, then they think it's fucking cool. And I have kind of actually seen the opposite. I really like being in school. I really like just having my people there, doing some bullshit and all those things. And I also like design and doing shit and designing things and kind of working on the ideas that I'm having in school, but also in my private time, in my leisure time. I just like to just do those posters and make some designs and try to make things as cool as I can and to play with typography and all those things. I really like to do those. But in all the internships that I've had, I was really not feeling good. Because it's always been quite boring, even though, and I'm fucking grateful for that. In the last internship that I had, it's really been like people trusted in me. You know, I've got a project and I've done that, and I've just also finished it up and stuff like that. Like, I've actually, it's actually been quite of a strange thing as I think about it, because why would you give somebody that you just don't know, why would you give this person so much responsibility quite? And then I've also actually been just working with fucking clients just directly, you know? The clients came and I just worked on the computer and just did my design thing. And they said like, can we change this and that? And of course, in the end, my boss said like, we're not going to do that because they don't know. We know. We're the fucking company. But I'm actually fucking grateful for that. Like, it's amazing. It really is. Of course, my boss also corrected some things and he worked on some things and there was guidance. And so I wasn't just doing it by my own. But in the end, I just really didn't like it too much. Quite. It is a strange thing, which is, by the way, one of the reasons why I do just wanna work, I guess. Like, at this point of time, I'm actually just very much in between studying and working, and I think the best thing for me to do is study and work, so that I clearly see what work is all about, what studying is all about. And one of the main reasons I want to study is just because then I have studied something. And that I've had the experience in my life, and that I don't just have to be like, well, I haven't done this and stuff like that. Of course, I can also study in 20 years. It's not such a huge deal. It is hopefully not going to be a huge deal. But on the other hand, it is like, well, now I can just spare the time. Now I can do that and do things besides that. Of course, I'm never ever, and this is something that I just don't like, I am never ever going to just do one thing. The YouTube thing and the social media thing, it's always going to be there. I'm always going to do that or something in that sense. Because it's cool, because I like it, because I just like doing things. And let's read ahead. Most people hope to find work they enjoy and find meaningful, and that is also, I've read that. So when you say, I can't afford to make the wrong choice, you're wrong. You can afford to make the wrong choice, and it might be better for you to do so. I say that because there's evidence to suggest that deciding on a career too early can actually be problematic. A study of 2 academic systems found that people who specialized early were more likely to switch careers than those who specialized later. Your goal when choosing a major or looking for a first job is merely to begin a process of experimentation in which you assess whether you and the career are a good fit. And if you're thinking, hey, that sounds like dating, bingo, indeed. We typically date a number of people and have a bunch of relationships before we find someone with whom we want to settle down. The same is true of finding a career. You might need to date various subjects and industries before you fit the right one. Now that we have clarified the very slow or the very low stakes of choosing the wrong major and why trying out multiple options will help you identify a career that fits you best, let's talk about how to choose a major when you don't even have a leading candidate. Is it difficult to choose a major when you don't have a strong passion pointing you in a specific direction? Yes. So don't choose one major, choose 10. Instead of trying to guess the one subject you love, list 10 you might not dislike. Anything that holds even a whiff of interest for you should be on the list. Once you've compiled your list, go through and rank your options in order of which you want to try it first. Then start taking classes in those subjects and keep notes about what you like, dislike about each one of which your skill sets it does not utilize. Talk to professors or professionals about jobs in the field and what an actual work day would entail. If what you discover feels right, keep exploring the field, and if it doesn't, get to the next option to your list or on your list. Keep experimenting after you graduate, and don't be afraid to change jobs if what you're doing isn't for you. If you're worried about falling behind other people who know what they want and are already moving along a career path, don't. Their goal is to follow their passion. Yours is to discover what your passions are, so you can eventually craft a career around one or more of them. Seriously, there are no big decisions currently before you, just a series of little ones. Whatever major you declare is nothing more than a placeholder, your first station on a journey of discovery and exploration. Careers span decades, and you might have multiple careers during the course of your life. Taking a few years to find one in which you'll thrive is more important than rushing into one in which you won't. Greetings, Guy. Sending your pressing questions about life, about relationships, your job, blah, 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 to theguy@ted.com. Is it actually the same one? Yeah, it's the same email. I just wondered. I want to how to turn off work thoughts during your free time. By doing things that keep you from thinking, I guess. Whether it is riding your bike. Powered by WordPress.com VIP. I see. By the way, the site is fucking good. I like it. I really like the design of it. It's very clear. It's very also very easy to read, which is not always the case. Sometimes they just use way too boldy fonts for my taste. I don't like when font is so dark or when text blocks are so dark. I really don't like that. I'm more on the lighter side or regular side. But it is just personal preferences and stuff. But I don't know, I really have to say, testing out a lot of things and seeing what works best for you is probably one of the best things you can be doing, because you have a lot of fucking time. Of course, at some point you just have to work something, but we all have a lot of fucking time. It is insane indeed that we even have so much time. Oh, this has actually been the other article. How to help your kids handle the loss of graduation and proms. I have kind of fucked that. Like many young people around the world, she has weathered some deep disappointments in the last month. She was studying at an art school, once in a lifetime semester program when COVID-19 hit. Classes aren't the same when you don't have the materials, study and equipment you need for printmaking, sculpture, and developing your film. Why the fuck would you develop a film? Why the fuck would you just do analog? Well, anyway, nevertheless. But yes, it's indeed also been the case for me, and it's been my last year of a 5-year fucking school. 5 years. And probably the most important year was no, you're not gonna have it. Half a year. I think 3 months, I guess, or 2 months. 2 months off or something. It's not that of a big thing, but it's still I don't know. I love those people. I really deeply do. And I'm so grateful that that I have been in the school, also from a personal development perspective on. I don't know, like, I think art schools in general can really develop your thoughts on yourself in a very different way. I could be wrong there, obviously, and it could just also have been the people around me that really developed me, and they really brought out quite a lot of good, I think, in me, which is amazing. Particularly my really close friends, greetings to you, amazing people, love them so much, and so much appreciation for what they do and for who they are. It is amazing. They're amazing people, like, it is insane. All very, very intelligent people. It's insane. I often feel pretty dumb, but it is an amazing thing. And I've also seen, like, I don't know, surrounding yourself with people that are just better than you, and clearly they are better than me in various different ways. Of course, not in every way. I'm still a very sporty guy, and this is something that, you know, you really, and this is something that I have to give to myself. You know, I don't want to be arrogant or some shit, but this is something that I have to give to myself, that I'm quite sporty. I'm naturally talented at sports, which is actually one of the reasons why I kind of feel like, well, why shouldn't I do something with sports? I know. I would actually like to combine marketing, design, and sports. I like that, you know, but maybe, I don't know, like, just working that is probably then also going to be just a different thing again. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the episode there, actually. So I wish you the best health, of happiness, and also success, and also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered, which basically means your legacy, basically means just being a nice person and also being remembered as a nice person. 3 other questions that I'm having for you are, why are you here, what are you trying to change, and what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a fucking cool and important thing, because, I don't know, purpose in life, and additionally to the business idea, it's amazing. And the question of today is, what could you do, what could you make, and what could you change, what could you say to really make somebody's day? Because you can. You really indeed can. And it is something fucking amazing, really appreciative. And yeah, I'm gonna hopefully see you the next time. I wish you the best from the bottom of my heart, and I hope that you're healthy, and I hope that everything is fine. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. And with that being said, I'm hopefully gonna see you the next time.